This is Robinia pseudoacacia Frisia, Frisia black locust, and these are upright trees that are very cold hardy. You can see here that this has kind of a lime green or chartreuse foliage. You'll see it closer in a moment, and that's what distinguishes the Frisia variety black locust from the others. Very stunning yellowish green foliage. See, here's a really nice look at one. This one's been used as a street tree, which is um, a good use for this tree. You can also see here how they're more vertical. They're about twice as high as they are wide, 50 feet tall, plus or minus to 20 to 25 feet wide generally. And here's a nice look at the compound leaves and also the nice color that I mentioned. You'll see the white flowers in a moment, and they're fragrant as well. And those flowers occur in early spring when the plant is first putting on its leaves, so they tend to occur at the same time, as you can see here. I will say this, my neighbor has one, and when those flowers are done, they make a big mess. Just so be aware of that wherever you're putting that the leaf droppage isn't terrible. They're smaller leaves, so they don't tend to leave big piles of leaves like something like a sycamore, but the flowers, they're so profuse that when they come down, there's a lot of litter on the ground. So if you put that in a planting bed, that's not really an issue. That just becomes a natural mulch. But if you put it over a sidewalk or a driveway or something like that, or a patio, just be aware that you will have that mess when the flowers come down. So they bloom for about a month in the spring. Again, very showy and fragrant. And it's a very durable tree. These things are hardy. They're native to the eastern and midwestern United States apparently, but they're hardy down to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty impressive. And what I like about them as a tree is I like their vertical upright stature, and I also like how you see at the grouping that you saw earlier, and you'll see again in a minute. I like how when you prune them, you can open them up inside and they don't have a lot of density, so they have this airy feel about them, and the locust family in general is that way. I really like the purple robe Robinia for the same reason. And it can give you a nice filtered shade that other plants may be a little heavy and overbearing and dense. So that's one of my favorite reasons to use this plant, along with this beautiful foliage color you see here. So that's those are the main things to know. Also very drought tolerant. This thing will colonize naturally and can go with no water all summer long. We live in Northern California, very little humidity here, and these can go without water once they've been established. So the big knock on this tree, the family in general, is that they sucker. I had one in my front yard for a while, and it did sucker. I was finding suckers 30, 40 feet away from the trunk 3 years after the plant was planted. So be aware with this Robinia family that that's how they survive and how they colonize, and you can get some of that happening. That said, it wouldn't prevent me using the tree again. I didn't get so much of it that it was a real headache, but it can be in the wrong location. That can be a big problem, so be aware of it. And that is Robinia pseudoacacia Frisia, Frisia black locust. Enjoy.